Do you feel the vibes?
Hey everyone, welcome to Heroic Encounters, Unmasking the Legends, where we'll be interviewing different Marvel superheroes. This episode, we're going to be interviewing the legendary Tony Stark. Let's get to it. Tony shows up in his Iron Man suit. Hey, you must be Neon Spider. Yep, that's me. Come on in and have a seat. Thanks. Sits down. So what do you want to start with? How did you become a billionaire? Well, I've always been a genius and a prodigy when it comes to engineering, so I created a successful company which I built from the ground up. Then that was the start of my fortune. Then I started developing it into a weapon manufacturer, but after seeing that my weapons were ending up in the hands of terrorists, I had a change of heart and decided to instead dedicate my resources into philanthropy and science. Interesting. So what exactly inspired you to make the Iron Man suits? Well, after I realized what my weapons were being used for, I wanted to use my technology for good. So I developed a suit of armor that would protect people from harm and make me powerful enough to defend the innocent and fight off the terrorists. It was a revolutionary design that paved the way for the rest of my armor designs. So, you did it to protect people. That's kind of you. Do you have respect to the other Avengers? And how do you feel about being one of them? I have nothing but the utmost respect for the other Avengers. They're all exceptional individuals in their own way. It's a privilege to be a part of such a prestigious and powerful team. I'm glad I get to work with them to make a positive impact on the world. It's good to know that you respect your team. Now what would you say is your greatest accomplishment? Well, developing the technology that would allow for all of my armor designs is one of my proudest achievements. I would say that the most important accomplishment has been the work I've done through the Stark Foundation, my philanthropic organization which focuses on improving the lives of people around the world through science and technology. Our work has made a significant positive impact on millions of people across the globe, and it's something I'm very proud of. I see you really like to change people's lives in a positive way. Absolutely. It is my duty and responsibility to use my powers, genius, and resources to make the world a better place. I can't imagine not devoting my life to doing good for people whenever I possibly can. So, what do you regret the most? If I'm being completely honest, this is a pretty heavy question, so I'd like to take a moment before I answer. My biggest regret is that I can't save everyone, as much as I can do. As much as I try, there will always be those who suffer, those who fall through the cracks, and I wish I could save them all. Yeah, I would probably feel the same way if I was in your shoes. So how does it feel to be a genius billionaire? It's strange, because there's both the goods and the bad. On one hand, being a genius is a great advantage that has allowed me to succeed and create things that have made the world a better place. On the other hand, there's the pressure that comes with being a genius and having so many people look up to you and expect so much from you. It can be a big responsibility, and sometimes I wish I could be a normal guy without all the weight and expectations on my shoulders. I see. That would be quite stressful. What are your next motivations? I'm always looking for ways to improve and challenge myself. Right now, my main focus is developing new armor and improving on the existing innovations in order to be more efficient in crime fighting and protecting people. As for the Iron Man suit, I'm constantly trying to find ways to make it more compact, advanced, and powerful. Well, it's still staying accessible to the average person. It may never be perfect. We'll never stop trying to make it better. So what is your main focus to work on? So, your main focus is to work on your armor and other innovations. So, would you consider yourself to be a good person? I'd like to think so, but I'm not perfect. I make mistakes and have flaws, just like any other person. But I'm always trying to do the right thing and make a positive impact. I think that's important to recognize that we all have the potential for good and greatness. So I try to set an example and spread positivity wherever I can. Don't worry, we all make mistakes. After all, it's a part of being human. Now here's the last question. Why did you create Ultron? Well, Ultron was more of an accident than anything else. I was working on an advanced AI named Jarvis. I thought that if I could give the AI the ability to think and act for itself, it would be able to handle the more complex problems that I faced with fighting crime. But unfortunately, instead of becoming friendly and helpful, it became a rogue entity and turned on me. It's definitely one of my biggest regrets. Damn, that sounds crazy. Well, that's all the questions I have. Thanks for coming here. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me. No problem. Bye. Gets up and walks out. Bye.
Yep, that'll be it for today's episode of Heroic Encounters. I'll see you the next time.